everyone, it's Mrs. Height. Today's lesson is applying what we have learned about solving equations to some word problems. We are going to be working on page 82 in your Jump 6.2 book. Our learning target for today is I can solve 1- and 2-step word problems involving differences or totals using addition and subtraction equations. Before we begin, I'd like to review the two words total and difference. We're going to use 7 and 3 as an example to illustrate the difference between these two words. If I ask you the total of 7 and 3, you would count all of these boxes. So we would add 7 plus 3. The total is the total amount. In total, there are 10 boxes. If I asked you to find the difference between 7 and 3, what operation would you use? That's right. Subtraction is used to find the difference between two numbers. So we would say 7 minus 3, there is a difference of 4. And we can see this clearly in the picture. These two boxes, they have in common and cancel out. The second box and the third box, we are left with a difference of 4. We are going to look at a few examples, and I would like you to think about if the question is asking for the total or the difference. Let's see if we can pick up on a few key words to give us a hint. Ken bought 12 books and 7 magazines. How many books and magazines did he buy all together? Is this question asking us for the total or the difference? How many books and magazines did he buy all together? That's right. This question is asking us for the total. We would add those two numbers together to find the total. We are not actually going to solve these questions right now. We're just going to identify if the question is asking for the total or the difference. All right, second example. A book costs $10 and a poster is $4 cheaper than the book. How much does the poster cost? Is this asking for the total or the difference? Think about that before I tell you the answer. I'll repeat it again. A book costs $10 and a poster is $4 cheaper than the book. How much does the poster cost? That's right. This question is asking for the difference. It is not asking us the total of the book and the poster together. It's simply asking how much the poster will cost. We know it is $4 cheaper. Cheaper might be a key word or a hint that we are looking for the difference. All right, third example. A pet store sells parrots and canaries. There are 27 canaries in the store. There are 12 fewer parrots than canaries. How many parrots are there in the store? That's right. This question is asking for, the difference. So what is the difference in the number of parrots and canaries? We would subtract these two numbers to find the difference. All right, next example. Monique reads 12 pages on Sunday. She reads 7 pages more on Sunday than on Monday. How many pages did she read on Monday? So, the question is asking us how many pages she read on Monday. That's a clue that this question is asking about the difference. If it were asking about the total, it would be asking about Sunday and Monday. You may notice that there's a clue word here as well, more. So it's telling us how Monday and Sunday compare to one another. It is asking for the difference. All right, last example. A cake recipe calls for 5 cups of berries. Jose has 3 cups of raspberries and some blueberries. How many cups of blueberries will he need for the cake? All right, so he needs 5 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jose has 3 cups of raspberries. I'm going to write an R for raspberries. How many cups of blueberries will he need? He will need 2 cups of blueberries. So even though we didn't need to solve this question, this may help you think about, is the question asking for the total or the difference? Well, it's asking only about blueberries. That gives me a big clue that it is asking about the difference. So we already know the total is 5 cups of berries. Now we're going to find the difference between the berries that he has, 3 cups of raspberries, and the amount of blueberries he will need to bake his cake. There are many key words that give us a hint if a question is asking for the total or the difference. I have listed a few here. These will not always be the words that you will see, but they are common words that will let you know if you are trying to find the total or the difference. If a question is asking you to find the total number of objects, sometimes they will use words like all together, or together. They may say combined or in all. If a question is asking for the difference, you may see the word fewer, cheaper, more, left, or less than. Now, let's take a look at page 82 in your Jump Math book. We are going to do the first couple of questions together, and then I would like you to try by yourself. All right, number 1. The instructions say, fill in the table. Write X for the number you need to find. Cross out the cell you do not use. Cell is just a fancy word for one of the boxes in the table. So you can see this box was crossed out. Let's read the question and find out why. Let's look at the example that has been done for us. 1A. Ethan has 2 dogs and 5 fish. How many pets does he have? So pets is telling us the question is curious about both of his pets, dogs and fish. So do you think that we are looking to find the total or the difference? That's right. We're trying to find the number of pets in total. So X is our variable, and it's going to represent the total number of pets that Ethan has. So we're going to put an X for total and cross off difference. We are not going to find the difference in this question. If we look in the 2 columns to the left, you can see that this question would like us to list the 2 parts. Each of these questions will only have 2 parts. So we know that Ethan has dogs and he has fish. How many of each does he have? He has 2 dogs and 5 fish. Now, it also asks us to write an equation and a solution. So if we are finding the total, we are going to add the 2 parts. 2 plus 5 equals X. Remember, x is the total. X equals 7. 7 is the total number of pets that Ethan has. All right, let's try B together. Sharon hiked 13 kilometers on Saturday. She hiked 14 kilometers on Sunday. How far did Sharon hike in 2 days? Do you think it's asking us for the total or the difference? That's right, it's asking us for the total. How far did she hike in 2 days? If it were asking for the difference, it might say something like, how much further did she hike on Sunday than Saturday? So we can cross off difference. In this question, we will be finding the total. All right, what are the two parts? I see two numbers, 13 kilometers and 14 kilometers. Sharon hiked 13 kilometers on Saturday. So Saturday is one of our parts. And we're going to write 13. On Sunday, she hiked 14 kilometers. So our equation is going to have an addition sign. 13 plus 14 will equal our total. 13 plus 14 is 27. 27 equals x. So Sharon hiked 27 kilometers in total. I would like you to try C, D, and E by yourself. You will notice that question 2 is a notebook question. Remember, that means that you need to answer this question on a separate piece of paper. Maybe you even have a notebook you're working in. All right, it says, write the parts and how many of each part. Then write and solve an equation. Great, today we're going to use this strategy and we're going to mimic the same process we used in the chart above. Tomorrow, we will look at questions 3, 4, and 5 and how we can use the grass strategy to answer these questions. Let's do part A together. Clara watched TV for 45 minutes. She spent 15 minutes less on her homework than on watching TV. How much time did she spend on her homework? Is this asking us for the total or the difference? That's right, here's a keyword less. This question A is asking for the difference. So, let's first write out our two parts. We know that she watched TV for 45 minutes. The other part in this question is homework. The amount of time that Clara spent on her homework is 15 minutes less than the time she spent watching TV. So, let's remember, I forgot to identify our variable. X is going to be the difference between these numbers. So, we know she spent 15 minutes less than the time she spent watching TV. So she spent 45 minutes watching TV. Therefore, the amount of time she spent on her homework is 45 minus 15. If we would like to write this as an equation, remember that's a math sentence with an equal sign. Sorry, this pen is really funny. The equation would be 45 minus 15 equals x. X is the difference. 45 minus 15, I will let you work that out. That's right, it's 30. 45 minus 15 is 30. That equals x, and that is the difference. Now let's write our answer in a sentence. Let's look back at the question. How much time did she spend on homework? I'm going to write Clara spent 30 minutes on her homework. I would like you to try part B and part C on your piece of paper. When you are done, submit a picture of your Jump Math page as well as the page where you solved part B and part C to the Seesaw activity.